Tell me the truth. Have you even known anyone that's ever used one of these Himalayan salt blocks?
Be honest, because I've cooked for over 30 years and mine's been collecting dust since the day I've got it. Someone gifted this to me years ago and I've never touched it. I don't know what it's good for. Well, let's open it up together and find out.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoy this video on the Himalayan salt block.
This thing has been collecting dust for at least 10 years. I guess let's open up this packaging and let's try it. Now, I've never known anyone to use one of these things. I've never used one. I looked up some different uses for it, like cooking steaks, scallops, seafood, use it for a serving dish. It says it gets to 500 degrees. Let's try this thing out with some one-sided chicken, shall we? I love doing one-sided thighs. It's one of my favorites. Seems like a good way to use this thing. If it works out, because you can't really season the skin side of the chicken. Now, when you're doing one side normally, otherwise you pull moisture to it and it doesn't crisp. Well, since this is a salt block, it's going to season it for me. So let's see how that works out for me. I am worried about this stove getting dirty, so I'll line the stove with foil to make cleanup easy later. Now, when cooking with these salt blocks, you want to center the block over the burner as much as possible. The block is going to be hottest right over the burner, and that's the part you want to cook on. Put the thickest part of the chicken in the very center and try to put the skin towards the outer part, if you didn't notice. Just like in a pan, we want to cover the chicken loosely. So I use a double-layered aluminum foil as a lid and just lay it over loosely, allowing steam to escape, but keeping in the heat. Normally with the one-sided chicken, you go on full high heat right away, and then you turn it down after it comes to temperature. With the salt block, we don't have that luxury. You have to heat it up gradually over time, slowly adjusting the burner higher and higher until it comes to temperature. With the one-sided chicken, you do start in a cold pan, so the cold salt block does work here. How the final product comes out is to be determined.
Tell me in the comments, have you ever used one of these Himalayan salt blocks? And if you did, what did you make? Leave in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear.
At this point, I'm going to check the thighs. Dark meat, I like to go at least 185 degrees. It really renders out nice at that temperature. Also checking to see if the skin is starting to crisp up as well. Go ahead and recover and let it cook. Well, just like normal, right around that hour and a half mark is when the chicken finally started lifting off. You know your one-sided chicken thighs are ready to turn when the skin pulls away from the cooking surface cleanly. I then like to sear the bottom to give it some color. Same thing with the edges. I just like to turn them up on the sides and just let them sear a little bit. Now I'm excited to try this. Let's see if it's any good. I'm really curious to see if the salt block seasoned the chicken. You can see as I cut through the skin of this chicken thigh, you can see how it just snaps. If it snaps like that, you know it's fully rendered. It's beautifully crispy. That's one thing it did do. And it's nice and tender.
Not bad, but it's a little bit dry.
Would I do it again? I don't know. I don't think so. It's not very practical. It takes a little bit too long. You can only do 2 at a time. I was not very impressed with the results. I'm sure it works better for something else. Thank you for watching and follow me. Remember to cook with love.